after hours at Linda's Electric Quilters. I've got a tongue twister going on today. I've had it all day, actually. It's been a day. It's been a busy day, which is a good problem to have. Woo woo, we like that. But yeah, tongue twisters all over the place. I cannot get a full sentence out today. Oh, got that one.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how the rest of it goes tonight. Might have some more tongue twisters.
It was kind of exciting. We had somebody that came to visit. They were from Maryland. They came in and said hi.
Yeah, that was really cool. She watches us online, so that was really nifty to have her come in and say, hey, I watch you online.
If you are ever in the area, in the DFW area, please stop by and say hi. So, okay, enough of that.
We're here all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Never leave. Cots in the back.
Yeah, there you go. I said in the tent. No. So today we're going to talk about stencils. Okay, so these are some of the design with line stencils, kind of like the border and sashing. They're already going to be done for us. They take the work away from it or the headache, and we're going to pounce them out and show you how easy they are to trace.
For sure.
So before that, it's you.
Oh, it's my line.
You.
Before we get started, always make sure that you subscribe to our channel. So it's going to be right down there at the bottom right-hand corner. After you click on that subscribe button, you know you want to click on that little bell so you can get notified 30 minutes before we go live, whenever we post new videos, and whenever we are live. So make sure you do all that.
And so now that we've gotten some attention, we got some people on here. We are so excited about next week. We kind of been keeping it hush-hush, but now we can announce it.
It's been really hush-hush. So we're super excited about this.
Yes.
Who gets the honors?
Go for it.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So next week, next Thursday, October 15th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time here at After Hours, we have the amazing privilege, and it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
We get to interview the marketing team of Habendash.
Yes.
So they are the makers of the Glide Thread, Affinity Thread, Primo Soft, the Magna Glide bobbins, and we're going to have them on. So in these times that we're in right now, it's really hard for us to get to any type of events, let alone a quilt show.
Exactly.
But any type of events.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have the ability to bring an event booth, per se, closer to you at home.
Exactly.
Kind of bring that thread education to you at home. So our first ones will be Habendash, and they'll be able to answer your questions. If you had some trying to figure out a little bit more if you want to take the jump to try Glide or Primo Soft or any of those different threads that they carry, or the Affinity. Yeah.
So it's going to be great to have them on to be able to, they're going to tell us about the product.
Yes.
And then we're going to have a Q&A, so you guys will have, so think of your questions in this next week. If you have questions for the team, they are actually from Habendash. So they're going to be live with us. We're super excited about that. Okay, so.
Yep, so mark your calendars.
Yeah, mark your calendars for that. I have another exciting announcement that I'm pretty excited about. I do.
Which one is that? Oh, that announcement. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so we were really trying to think of a way, how can we interact and see what our viewers are doing? We've been doing these design with lines, right?
Uh-huh.
These lives and these stencils and books for quite a while now.
Right.
So we're hoping that most of you have had a chance to get one, or if you already had the stencil or book and you've actually had a chance to maybe try it out.
Yep.
Right?
Which we've had a lot of those. We've had a lot of phone calls with people who've had a lot of success with the stencils and the book ideas.
Yeah.
Both freehand and computerized users. So we thought we'd take it kind of one more step.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And get to see what you're actually doing.
Exactly.
And just kind of see how these have inspired you to help you build some more confidence in your quilting. And kind of get those little educational tips that we've been throwing out at you.
Yep.
So
with that, we want to have you send us your photos. So anything
of your quilts.
Of your quilts. So any quilts, wall hangings, any project, and it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's used the stencils or the books, or they inspired you. It can be a little bit different than maybe what's on a stencil or book, but our videos inspired you to create that. We want you to email those photos to us. So the description will be below to tell you like the terms, like what we need. The email's up right now of where you would send it to. So really it's just one main picture, a close-up of how you did or what you created, what you inspired or were to create. And then if you want, you can send us a photo of yourself. And then in November, we're going to gather all these photos and we're going to go live. And we are going to show the photos of what you guys did, how you were inspired, And if you have a picture of yourself, it'll go up there with you. Because we really want to shout out. We want to give shout outs,
For
right?
sure, yeah. Just to kind of see how we've helped you along on your quilting journey.
Yeah.
And then also showcase the world, the amazing things that you've done with these stencils and these books and these inspirations that you've had.
Yeah, so like a fun show and tell.
Cool. Yeah, exactly, a virtual show and tell.
Like a fun show and tell. And for your hard work of doing that and emailing me the pictures, your name will go in the drawing, and we're going to be giving some thread kits away. Yeah, so you can't beat that. So anyway, to recap, we're going to have this fun show and tell. You just email me some pictures, and we're going to do it in November. And all the description is below. Got it. Now we can move on.
What's the deadline?
Just send them as long as you can.
All right.
Yeah, no, the first week of November.
First week of November, we have a
deadline. Gives me some time to get it all done. So we can put it in. The goal is to have a live.
She means forwarding me the emails and having me set it up.
That's right. So that way they are perfectly in there where we need them to be. But yeah.
I think that'll be really cool.
I'll put the deadline in there. Let me look at the calendar. We'll get a deadline in there. But the idea is to be able to show it in November.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's really cool.
All righty.
Okay.
So let's go get started.
Whoa. What?
What
You're fired. Excuse me, what?
I can
what?
go home and sleep?
No, that doesn't happen that
darn.
way. Sorry. What's the question tonight?
You know
Questionnaire.
I didn't have a question because I was talking so much about this, and I know that they are so excited to see what we're going to do. So we are going to jump back there.
I have a question.
Okay, go for it. Oh,
I've got a great question.
You're starting to like the questions too.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
So my question for you today, since we are looking at borders and border stencils and stashings, is when you are quilting your borders, do you what we call chunk, which means work down the quilt as you're moving through,
that's a good question.
or do you turn the quilt to achieve your side borders? Do you just do tops and then you chunk down, or do you turn it and do your side borders? That's my question for you. Do you chunk down or do you turn?
Got it. That's a good question.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it differently, so
yes.
that's good. Alrighty, so now, I guess I'm first up. So
yeah, you are first up.
Jump to the back.
Okay. Go ahead on. Do. Good little walk.
Alrighty. So now that we're back here, we're over here on the Vision 22 today. So I am going to make sure I'm in regulated mode before I get started over there. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pounce. So as you see, I have the feather template back here, and I am going to take my pounce powder like we always do. Make sure your label is down, that's important. And then you're going to pounce or rub. You could probably just rub it on here. And you can do light, heavy, whatever you feel so it's comfortable so you can follow. And then once you have that done, then you literally can take and go pull up the thread and follow it. Oh, I know, my arm's in the way. I'll move it before I quilt. So I'm going to go up and then down and then back around.
For sure.
So
I like that you get to go first. This is nice.
You planning out the next thing?
Sure, let's go with that.
All right, so here we go. So it's kind of nice because you have a guideline to follow here. And you don't have to stay right on the line, but see how the chalk still stays on there just so I can keep following it. And it's almost like using that white chalk pencil, but it's already done for you.
Oh, I like that. Look at your feathers. They've improved so much.
And then down to here. This really does make it a lot easier.
It does, for sure. You're doing a great job. So with this stencil, all of these stencils are available on our website. And the one that Dianna is using tonight is stencil number 1946. So that's with the feather.
All right, and so now that we have that, we're going to pull that up. Corey, you want to reach over there? I'm going to find the scissors.
Sure. Pull up your thread for you.
Yep, and then show them how we can kind of connect it and make it kind of a border corner.
Alrighty. Oops, sorry. Grab those scissors.
Or attempt. I might have put it in the wrong spot to do that, but we'll try.
Yeah, we can attempt it. Okay. So what we're going to do is with this one, you can kind of, if you want to work, up or down your quilt, we can work with this way. What I'm really doing here is you can see that, let's say that this is, if I had, let's just take this for instance, this is our border and this is coming to that upper left inner corner. That's where it's curving in. So Dianna has brought the feather all the way over to the far left-hand side of our border. And what I can do here is line this up.
I see, and then I can actually make a line and connect it.
And you can make a line and connect them through, for sure.
Okay.
Just like that.
So I'm going to do the same thing we just did. Pounce it down just to kind of give me a guideline. Oops, moved it. Alrighty. Then I'm going to start at the bottom, right here. Maybe. The camera's in the way.
Oh,
yeah, not gonna work. So that's okay. I'll start right here. Just go all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, or not. We would plan to only do about halfway anyway, so you're okay.
Alrighty. And then we can go up this way.
It's all good.
Messed up that feather.
That's okay.
Trying to get around that camera. And then back up. And then back up. And then I can go over here and I could connect it right there.
Cool.
Just avoid, except it looks kind of bad right now, but.
I think it looks great.
Well, I bumped the camera.
Yeah, it happens.
So.
It's okay. We'll just give them that's how we give them the best view like that. So it's
yeah.
a little awkward working around this stand that we have here, but it kind of gives them the best view of what we're working with.
All right, so you ready to show them the next swing?
Yeah, I think if you want to go up front and show them which one I'll be working with, that would be great. And let me do a little bit of readjustment here on those cameras.
Yeah. All right,
so get this kind of out of your way.
The one that Corey is going to be doing next is he's actually going to do this flower one. So this flower one I thought was really, really cool. And it shows the connects, and he's going to show you how you can connect it all together, obviously, and then rotate it down for like putting the flower attached to do border corner. And then after we're done doing that, we're actually going to show you some sashing and how you can connect, across and do the sashing. So I am going to take back the flower. I think we've almost got readjusted.
Almost. Got a little bit of a angle issue here that I'm trying to work with real quick.
All right, well, I'm going to give that to you, and then I'm going to show. I'll show them the rest of the stencils real quick.
Okay, cool,
yeah. Got it?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Okay, so I've got this little rose one here. So I can finish it all the way to the corner if I would like. Now these stencils are designed if you have 4.5 inch border, maybe larger, but they work really well with that size border. So I'm going to come in here on this flower and look for, use my little screwdriver here to give you a point, but I'm going to look for where I can find the starting point of this, which is going to be right here. So I can travel around this flower and right there, sorry, pointing the wrong one, right here. And I can travel around this flower with this stencil and make this really cool design. So I will lay that there, grab my pounce powder. We always like to give it a hit. And then I can brush it across. And I know we had a question pop up on the screen. How do you keep the chalk from bouncing so much? So you just want to make sure you're giving it a nice brush through. And then if you have any excess chalk populate in, give it just a little brush off. Now you'll see that it kind of smudges a little bit. That's okay, but you're moving that excess so it's not bouncing so much in your face. You just have that light look of what you're working with. So we're going to start right here on this flower. Pull up my threads, do a couple of single stitches to lock it down. And then let me stitch a little bit, and I'm going to trim my threads. So trim my threads real quick. Now that's nice and locked, and here we go. So point. Coming in, point, and then you're coming right back out into your leaf, slowing down for that point, coming up into this leaf, point, and then this one we're point, point, point. It's always good to stop a little bit and hesitate there on those points, makes them nice and sharp. Point, travel around, point, 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 and take those all
That's so cute.
the way in.
Yeah, that turned out really cute.
And I'm going to have that one end. I can even bring it back to this point here. End it kind of in a point so we don't know, more or less, the eye doesn't catch where it really stopped and started, which will really help you. And then you can turn that corner, or I guess stop the corner and work your way down, or when you turn the quilt to do the sides, either one. But I can line up that next flower per se. And I can line up there. Now, granted, the way these work, it's flower, leaf, flower, leaf, flower. So if you want to space this just a little bit, where you can come in off this and put some leaves, you could do that as well. And then kind of cut through this flower to start the inner part of it. I'm actually turning it this way so I have an actual starting point here. So let's grab a chalk pencil and let's line that up and see what we can do. So with my chalk pencil that I am going to walk to another table to grab real quick because it has wanted to walk away from me. Where'd it head off to? Oh, the joys of the chalk pencils. They like to walk away from you sometimes. Here's one right here on these tables. They like to walk away around all these machines with our fun little after hours that we do here. So what I can do is take this one, and I'm going to bump this section up a little higher just so I have the leaves. So I'll set that right there, and here's a perfect angle that I can follow here. So I can take my pounce powder even if I want to. That'll be fun. Let's do that. Take our pounce powder, line that up with that previous flower, pounce that leaf down, just like so.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then start our next flower relatively close. Do that there. Just like that.
That's awesome.
And I could take this, so I'd follow out of this point right here, do my leaves, and then that would stop, and I just come and make this point here and come in with my flower from there. So if you have excess chalk, use your eraser on your chalk pencil, brush that away if it's confusing you. Which I'm going to do that just so we get a better visual here.
Okay.
There we go.
You don't have to, but if you want to.
For sure. So let's take this here, and I can start from any point of this flower. Right there. A few more single stitches, and now I can work my way down. And let's hope I don't bump into my camera stand.
What, you don't want to do what I did?
Well, they'd match. So I'm going to take this, travel down. This kind of has like a little bit of an echo there. And I'm getting kind of close.
Yeah, you just won't be able to do the next.
That's all right.
There you go.
Just get into the end part here. Point. And then I would come out of this and continue the leaves.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just like so.
That was a really good tip on how to put that together. Just pounce out what you need at the point
Add
you need
those
it.
extra leaves there, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep it flowing. The biggest thing is making sure direction-wise, and here's another good tip or a good point, just to kind of throw in, is if you're looking at your borders and you're working around different corners, you want to make sure that the flow, let's say even with this feather, that the way this is flowing is that it is flowing around in a circle. Because border corners work, I'll even draw it out for you. Border corners work in a circle. So these leaves, the reason why I flipped this like this as opposed to having it the other direction is I wanted those leaves to continue working in that right direction, going with each other around that circle as opposed to against each other.
That's a good tip.
So one good thing to always look for.
Yeah, that's a really good tip.
All right.
All right. So I think
You're up.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Well, I think I'm just going to throw a sashing in there in between.
Oh,
I was
okay,
going to see
cool.
if I can get the whole thing in there with the...
Do you want me to erase my little circle lines here for you?
Go for it.
Get rid of that real quick just so it's not as bright in your face. Just enough so it's not in your face. There we go.
Alrighty. Well, so anyway, we have some sashing ones, and I'll show one, and then we'll move the camera over and get some more in. But this was just kind of like a little swirly, and if you've been watching me long enough, you know I love my little swirlies. So, really good, easy. Again, you just wipe it like Corey was saying. And even if you're really good at the swirls or just any of these patterns, it's just nice to have so it's the same size all the way around.
Yes.
If you're trying to put the same size in your border.
I just love those flowers.
They turned out really good.
I'm so cute.
Let's start here, and then we'll get moved over and rotate and be able to fill up this whole space.
Yeah.
Alrighty, here I go.
So this would be a really cool, simple sashing or border, or you probably already said that, but I'm reiterating it because I was up front. Oh, it looks so good.
It just helps keep, and I'm probably going out of camera now, but there we go.
I love that.
Really simple to get it in there, right?
Yeah, so that means even that would be kind of like a cool, that's nice, simple, even these flowers would be a really cool edge to edge. If you wanted to kind of quilt your edge to edge from the front, you could link them together across the quilt top.
That's
Use
a really
the
good
stencil
idea.
as the spacing. You could even offset them if you wanted to.
I think we should try one of those with one of the sashing, maybe the hearts one. Let's move the camera up and we'll get this switched over. I'll go up there and show them the hearts if you want to center the camera.
Okay. Well, let me do that and I'll...
All right.
Got it.
Back and forth, back and forth. We get our steps in for sure during this stuff. So the next one we're going to do is going to be this hearts and swirls. And just like he said, he's going to show you how you can actually continue. So we'll do that and then move it over and then do another one and then maybe do a quick offset at the bottom with it, just so you can see how you can take these, do really simple, small, like edge to edges with them too. You know, instead of like say a tearaway pattern, you can just use this and use it over and over again. So we're going to jump back there, and are you ready? Almost.
No, not really. Not yet.
Okay, so while you're doing that, we also have a clamshell one, so that'll be fun, and it's already offset for you, so you could try the clamshell out. Super fun, and a lot of these, if you wanted to, you could take and trace them with your hand as well as to get that muscle memory when you're trying to go over there. So if I wanted to sit here and trace it, not that you see my fingers, but kind of trace it like that, it also helps with muscle memory, so when you're over there using the machine as your pencil. Okay, Corey, I'm on my way with the stencil.
All right.
We were trying to give you a better visual tonight, and our stands are just a little bit different.
Yeah, a little different tonight, so we're trying a whole new technique and seeing how that's working for us. Okay, so we've got these little hearts, like Dianna was talking about with those little loops. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start this up here kind of to the left. This first part will be a little off camera, but I just kind of wanted you to see how you could connect them. So I'm going to set it in place. So say if I want to do a full edge to edge with this. And I'm going to then take my pounce powder, come down with a nice pounce, and just rub it right across that part, and then back over here on my other part there. So that gives me just a nice little light pounce where I can see where I'm headed. Now, connecting these, I'm going to basically find, let's say this is, you see how these hearts are upside down, right side up, then upside down. So look at these as repeats. So I'm going to find where I need to connect this next set of loops on this one. So you see how this one comes out of the upside down heart. I need to lay this stencil and kind of line up that point with that other upside down heart. Think of that as a repeat, so you have a connection point. So I'm going to lay that, and the sizing will be a little different, so don't try to line it up perfectly with the other heart. It's just to get that loop out of that section.
Yeah,
so
just an
about
easy
like
way
that.
to connect it. You just pounce it all out at once.
Yeah. So connect those. If I need to get some more pounce powder, give it a little slap. And then I can take this and
Little tap, tap.
a little tap, tap, rub it across.
Looks
That
good.
moves down my next one. And then I can work that all the way down. But that gives you a nice big flow of these as opposed to a kind of like an offset per se. So I can come over here and I can start my stitching process. So let's say I want to start, I'll start here in the center of this. Yeah. And I know my start point will be here off the camera. Sorry about that, but I just want to give you a good flow. Cut my threads real quick so they're out of my way. There we go. And I will start headed that direction. So come in with my loop, and then however you want to complete your heart, maybe if you want to go down and do a little bit of back stitching, over, and if you want to head over that way, whatever works easier for you. None of that. And you're using these more or less as a guide. You don't have to stay directly on them. And now I'm coming into my next set where I matched up those pieces. Down. And then this is where I would go back out on my next piece as well.
That's cool.
Just like that.
Yeah, and then let's show them like a quick little offset with one. Just kind of how it would look. Like you can still do the like an offset.
Yeah, so you would just kind of center those loops with those other hearts there.
Yeah.
Bring it up a little closer if you want to kind of clear up that negative spacing. And then you would bounce that down and stitch it.
Yeah, let's stitch it out. You're doing such a good job with the hearts. I want to see how it's going to look. You got this. You got this.
Okay. So I'll just do this one little section here so y'all can see it.
Yeah, that's all.
There you go. Let me bring out my thread real quick so I can move over. And I'll start right here on this heart. Give myself a little bit of a tie off.
And don't worry about all that pounce powder on the hopping foot. It can come off very easy. It's not going to hurt the machine. You just wipe it off. Perfect.
Just like that. So a nice little offset pattern that you can work as an edge to edge or as a sashing. Just kind of cool.
See if I can fit that in the camera view, and then we can.
Yeah.
I'll just throw that up there. So really quickly, we're just going to show you just another one of them, and then we will be done. We'll jump up and finish.
Yeah.
That was fun. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe that over there.
A little bit of a trim here so you can have your machine back. There you go.
Okay. I'll start over here because I always like to go this direction. Which the
Left to
machines
right,
like to go that direction too.
Easier that way sometimes.
Alrighty, here we go. So fun. Oh, the leaf is super easy to follow. Just a really simple, let me get that out of the way, leaf that you could put around a skinny border. Super cool. All right, Corey, you ready up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I was taking a drink. Awesome job. We've had a few questions pop up in the comment window. A couple of questions have been, what do we do with all these practice pieces that we get done with at after hours? Actually, we kind of leave a majority of them around here because a lot of people actually want to come in and see them and touch them and look. Like when we did the thread video, want to come in and actually see the physical thread, which is really cool. Another question was, how do I keep the border and corners so even when I'm working around the quilt? I honestly will mark them out with chalk if I'm doing it with freehand. I'll mark them out and kind of center them up. Using that basic 8 as well helps a lot.
Yeah.
You can find the center of that piece. You can basically use that X of that basic 8 to hit those parts of your corner. lining up your stencils with that center point, and that'll keep them nice and centered as you work around.
And I was thinking of another thing while you're doing that there. I was thinking, you know, to kind of keep it in place if you needed to, you know, you could use a little bit of like masking tape just to hold it down.
For sure.
While you're pouncing.
Yeah,
you know,
that'll help as well.
Sometimes it shifts, but that'll help it not shift. If you
Yeah, a little bit of masking. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so just something
like that one.
And we were using glide thread. They were asking what kind of glide we were using.
Yes, so we're going to be using glide thread. If you like the thread that we were using today, it's really cool. Also, stay tuned for what's going to happen next week, because that's the thread we're going to be talking about.
Yes, yes.
So that'd be really kind of cool.
Yeah, so just a reminder, next week, same time next week, we have the marketing team from Habendash will be live with us, answering questions, telling you all about their threads, and listening to you, and you get to ask questions to them live. So it'll be super fun, right?
Yeah. Another question that popped up in the comments feed was talking about, are there different colors of chalk? We do carry 2 other colors besides white. There are blue and pink as well. They all come out a little differently, so be prepared for that. But we do have those 2 other colors, blue and pink. So make sure you read the labeling on that package to see how to get the chalk out.
Exactly. Anyway, super fun.
Yes.
All done.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was kind of cool.
And if you missed the beginning about the little kind of contest, photo share, show and tell we're doing, all the description is below for you.
Boom, boom, boom.
And if you like these stencils and you want to give it a shot, the website should be popping up for you, and you can just go online and check out the stencils.
Awesome.
All righty.
Go team.
Yep.
All right, well, we will see you next week when we have the marketing team from Habendash. Other than that, thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.